I was just saying, this noise you almost have, it makes more sense when you have trouble hearing it.
Yeah, no, I can't hear it. I'm pretty deaf
All right,
too.
we'll go ahead and start right here. First, just with an update on Sophia this playing. How, where, I guess, is she with the cast, and how likely is it that she's available or even able to?
Yeah, look, I think it's day 2, so we just got to see how she feels tomorrow. Another game day decision on her health, but hopefully she's good to go. She's been really productive for us and just bringing that energy off the bench. But if she can't, that's okay. We got Bria Hartley, opportunity. You've got Megan, it's the next one up, and I suppose that's how we've been all season long.
Especially with how long and how tough this season has been injury-wise. Obviously, you never want to have any flow, but it's about as close to fully healthy as you can possibly be. And if there was ever a time to have a very small thing and maybe something lingering like that, you guys are both to withstand that, I guess, at this moment, right?
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see. But like I said, Sophie's been great for us, and I hope that she'll be able to play. And we talked about, I've talked about the best teams are always the teams, championship teams that have the best health at the end of the season, and they're playing their best basketball, as a team and getting a bit of luck. And, so we just hopefully she'll be okay.
With, I know hoisting the championship trophy is the ultimate goal, but getting to the finals is you're one step away. How do you help the team kind of, keep that in perspective and kind of make this just any normal game knowing what's on the line?
Well, I think my personality, I don't get too high or too low because I know this is the WNBA, it's the best league in the world. So, we just know we need to come out really strong, really how we start. We've got to take the life out of it as much as we can. And this is a veteran team. They're just focused on that next game, and they realise, this is the biggest game of our season. That's all that matters.
Because of what's happened the last 2 games, do you have to caution against getting too overconfident that, hey, we got this all figured out and we're just going to roll this out for a third straight win? Do you have to, prepare a little bit with caution?
No, I mean, look, we show film. These are the areas we can get better at. We don't know. We try and work out what can they do differently. We've seen everything really this year. We've had to face so many different defensive schemes against us, and we just got to, we're prepared. And it helps that we've got 2 great playmakers out there. We have a dominant post player, but you see the chemistry's coming together. We kind of, that's what it is, just making sure everyone's on the same page. So we've just got to handle. There'll be momentum changes. They're not going to lie down. This is their season. It's but we don't want to go to Vegas. So we'll be very, just locked in, and hopefully, we'll play the game that we need to play to get the win.
How much this is emerging conditioning? It's clear she's not at peak Liz at this point, but she's clearly growing throughout the series, getting back into shape, able to play more minutes. How much do you guys kind of factor kind of the unknown as she could be whatever minutes she is, and how does that change how you approach them in a game plan?
Yeah, well, she's a great player. It's unfortunate timing for her, and she's had a really good season, and she can be very dominant for us. So, it's all about us being locked in how we want to play defense. Not giving them those easy ones so they can get a lot of confidence. And, I suppose trying to exploit her in other areas that we need to. And but like I said, they're the best, highest scoring team in the WNBA. We kept them to 60. Their pride's hurt. We know they're going to come back. This team, they're dangerous. Like, we've been in games where we've lost by 30. It's just one of those days. So it's a whole new ball game. We don't read too much into that last game. We see where we can get better, and it's more about mentality and focus.
Olivia, we're going over to Zoom now.
We'll go to Danny Thompson and then Jen Hatfield.
Sandy, Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion. Great to see you as always. 2 quick ones. One, if Sophie's not going to be able to go tomorrow, would that be a more increase in minutes for Bria Hartley?
Yeah, you would think so, but it really depends on, is Hamby at the 3 and then our matchups. But yeah, this is maybe it's a great time for us to try and get Bria, a few more minutes. But in the end, we'll just have a feel, coaches, what's going to be the best for us to win the game. And I've got confidence in Bria. I know that if she gets that called upon, she's going to be ready, and I know she'll do well.
And lastly, you've been around this league for a very long time as a player and as a coach. Tomorrow night will be the first time that the men, the NBA, is taking a kind of a first fiddle to the WNBA on your home court with the Mercury logo and everything on the court. How does that show that the women's game has grown from a time as a player as you see now what's going to happen in the doubleheader tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, credit to everyone involved, quite honest. But, starts with our owner, Robert Sava. He's so supportive of our team. But then obviously Monty Williams too, and the Suns players. We really are a family. So, it's great to see. They are in a preseason and we're in the playoffs. So, it makes sense. But in the end, you still had to do it. So it has to be a first first time for everything. So I'm glad that we're the ones that are doing it tomorrow night.
We have time for 2 more. We'll go to Jen and then to Chantel Jennings.
Hi, Coach. Good to see you again. This isn't directly about the game, but I just wanted to ask you a little bit about defense real quick. I know you've been around several players who've won the Defensive Player of the Year award, both in your playing career and as a coach. And just curious for you, what do you think separates those Defensive Player of the Year winners from other players on that end?
Well, really, you have to look about who are they defending. How will they actually go against, their individual matchups? But it's all about whole defense as well. And, that's why we have obviously we think highly of Brianna Turner because of who the player she has to defend each and every night, how she actually helps us, her activity. She can defend guards when we have to, and the switching, just her concepts of moving across the floor. It's not just one-on-one defense, it's all about team defense too. And I suppose that's what I look at. Obviously, I know Sylvia, she's obviously a worthy, winner of the award too. But, I think Breezy's right up there as well. And like I said, it's not just one-on-one, it's how they impact their whole team defense. And, Breezy is the anchor out there, BG's the anchor, and we've got really good on-board defenders as well. So, it's team concepts, including as one-on-one.
We'll end with Chantel Jennings.
Sandy, thanks so much for your time today. I just had a quick question about BG. She's playing some of the best basketball of her career right now. And I'm just curious, she isn't someone who had like a slouch of a first 8 years in the league and then has a great year 9, almost a decade into her career. She's really elevated her game. I'm just curious if you saw a different intention or focus in her coming into this year and kind of what it takes for someone this far into their career to continue to elevate their game in that way.
Well, I think, as you get to the end of your 20s and early 30s, your game really is just natural. That's when they say you peak as a basketball player, and she's no exception. And look, obviously we know what happened in the bubble last year, and she needed time away. She needed to, just get some time off, and she was refocused. I knew that from the off season, talking to her, focus, and just locked in. And you see, she's happy. She's happy off the court. It helps her performance on the court. And she's been a great player for years. But I remember when I first coached her in 2014, it was, I knew the sky was the limit because there's so much that she needed to learn that she didn't necessarily have that coming into the pro ranks. And that's a credit to her and the hard work she puts into it. And it's not just physically, it's mentally too. She understands the game a little bit more, the coverages that she faces. So, it's all on BG. She keeps getting better, and I'm really, really happy for her and excited about, how quickly she'll be out there probably just jacking up threes next year. So we'll see.
All right. Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, guys.